there, welcome to another episode of Jedi Academy. I am Ben, one of your Jedi Masters, and with me is my friend Don, Jedi Master Tuck. How you doing today, Don?
How we doing, everybody? I'm doing great, man. How are you doing?
Doing well, doing well.
That's good.
This has been, we're kind of in a slow time for being Star Wars fans,
Sure,
but we
sure.
got an excellent trailer this week that I can't
Oh
wait to talk about with you.
man,
Let's get right into it. Andor
I can't
trailer.
believe they. Go ahead. Never mind.
No, what were you going to say?
No, I was gonna
Say
say I
what
can't believe they
you.
finally released the Ahsoka trailer. I was gonna
Oh,
just joking. No, you're fine. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
that's going to be one hell of a trailer when that
Can't
comes
wait.
out.
I can't wait, man.
But
Go ahead.
this Andor trailer, what did you think about it? Did you like it?
Oh yeah, man. I love the vibe this show is giving off, man, for sure. I love this spy sort of almost James Bond esque kind of vibe, man. I mean, it's really fun. Yeah, I think we're gonna get a, a sort of young Han Solo esque too, maybe out
Yep.
of this. So I like it.
I'll tell you one thing I didn't think we were going to get, and I don't know about you, but it caught me completely off guard.
Okay.
Horace Whitaker is Son Gorilla
Yeah, I did not expect
showing
that
up.
either. I mean, it makes sense, but yeah, I didn't see it coming.
It makes total sense.
Right.
I mean, who else can we cast to be in this show?
Sure.
You know, Mon Mothma is going to be in it.
Yep.
We could assume Bail Organa.
I would assume. I would think that's a good guess. Yeah, for sure. He's got to at least be a part of this in some way. Yeah.
Here's a question.
Okay.
We had Obi-Wan,
Yep.
and we saw Bail Organa.
Mm-hmm.
Who's with Bail right now? Little Leia. Could we get Little Leia back?
Well, wait a minute. How many years before this? How many years
Yeah,
is this before Andor? Or before Rogue One, I'm sorry.
by that time season 2 ends, it will be
We're at
right
Rogue.
up. We're at Rogue One.
Right.
But that would be. Season 2 is going to be jumping ahead in time a lot.
Sure. Sure.
Like 4 years every few
He,
episodes.
right. Okay. So that, yeah, maybe that is, yeah,
So we're 5 years
sure.
before Rogue One in this.
Okay. So yeah, she's about 15 then, 16
So
probably.
it won't be Little Leia.
Yeah.
But
Oh, we still could.
but
You don't know. We still could. I mean, they could be anywhere between.
who's the one actress
Sure.
we speculated could be a young Leia who's
I
on a
really
hot
like Millie.
streak right now?
Yeah, I really like Millie Bobby Brown.
Can we
Or
see who? Can
I
we see
hope
him
I
pop
would
up
like
in
to.
this?
I would like to absolutely, especially with her with the buns, the
Ooh,
New Hope buns in. Yeah, I think that would be cool to see. Um, I think, and this is purely based on one scene from this trailer, we see the Senate again.
yeah, of course. I mean, we see
Yeah,
it. In the trailer, we see the Senate room. Yeah, that's.
I think we're gonna get either at least a Palpatine, if not Palpatine with Vader right next to him in the middle of the
I
Senate.
don't think we're getting. I don't think we're getting Vader.
I think it might
Palpatine.
happen.
Palpatine is a strong bet.
Yeah, but
I
what if they
don't
show
think.
Palpatine giving a big speech and Vader's just standing there? Like Vader's
I
just
need.
standing next to him.
I'm thinking. The only reason I'm not for Vader right now,
Yeah.
I don't sense any Force things from this trailer.
Yeah, but that's not the Force technically. I mean, if he's just standing there, unless he's like actually moving something or doing something. I think if he's just sort of a background, not even background, but sort of center stage, but
If
off to the
he's
side.
there, he's there in his classic pose with Palpatine with his arms crossed
Just
like
crossed,
that,
yeah, absolutely.
acting like, oh, what is that term? Acting like Palpatine's muscle.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Palpatine's there, Vader's there,
Yep.
like, he's like,
Yeah.
come out, Palpatine, see
Because
what
I think
happens
about
here.
that scene from what was it? Was it episode 2 or episode? Yeah, it was episode 2 where he gives that big speech in the middle of the Senate.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
what? That's what I'm saying. What if
no,
we
that's
get that?
episode 3. Yeah, I
Okay,
think that's
episode 3.
episode 3.
Okay, so what if we get
Wait,
that
wait, no,
scene
no,
again
no. Well, what speech? No, you have me confused.
when he's talking about and at the end, Padme standing there and she's like, and so Liberty dies. So this is how Liberty dies
I
to
think that's 3 because I think
yeah.
they're the new galactic empire.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, right.
3.
Yeah. So what if we get that
That is,
speech, like
okay.
that type of speech again, but Vader's just standing there with his arms crossed next to him, and he's just in the middle of the Senate, just doing his thing, just Palpatine just going off, and that's the only scene we get of either one of them. Like that's it.
Oh,
That's all we
yeah,
get is that
okay.
scene.
That's fair.
You know what I
I,
mean? And that's
you
what
know,
maybe that's the scene that sparks like Mon Mothma and Bail Organa to say, "Oh no, this is bad. Like this is going the wrong way very
yep,
fast.
yep,
We need
yep.
to get out of this." You know what I mean? That they could use that. It wouldn't just be a, "Oh, here's two characters that we know you want to see." This is actually a reason these two characters are here. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yep,
And
yep.
they could use that organically in this story, I think, because of what they're setting up the story to be. So,
Right.
yeah, again, I don't know. It might not happen at all. We might not get either one. I just think that would be so awesome if they did that. I think that would be
If
awesome.
we do get Vader, we
Sure.
won't get a lightsaber battle.
No. Oh,
And
no. Nothing.
we're not
Nothing
going to
like that.
get any lightsabers.
Nothing like that at
I,
all. No.
I, I think that's fair.
Yeah. No, we won't get anything like that. Like I said, I would just like something like that, something small, but like I said, I think it fits the story that they're telling because this could be, like I said, the way where they say, okay, this is going way too far. This dude is crazy. Like he's lost his mind and he's got this crazy dude next to him that we don't know who the hell he is. What's going on right now?
Question: if we get Bill Organa,
Sure.
do we get R2 and 3PO?
Yes. Probably.
Okay.
More than likely. Only because we got him in Obi-Wan too, even though they were sort of
We
in the
got
background.
3PO. We got 3PO.
No, yeah, R2
Did we
was
get
walking around with a
R2?
little. Yeah, he was rolling around with a little tray on his head. He didn't say or do. He didn't stop or do anything.
Okay.
But
All right.
when they pan up to C-3PO talking, he's going by in the foreground with like a little tray
I
on
must
top.
have missed that. I must
Yeah,
have
it's
missed
quick.
that.
It's real quick. It's super quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I'm
I think
excited.
yeah, I think yes is the answer to that. Unfortunately, yeah,
I'm excited to see Mon Mothma again.
dude. Yeah. No, it looks exactly like what I want it to be, which is like you said, no lightsabers, no force, just a story in the Star Wars universe and a cool story that we all want to know about how the rebellion started and how it, fought back in the beginning. So it's actually a good story to tell.
Well, here's another thing that trailer did give us, and I want to know your thoughts on this.
Sure.
We thought we were getting this in a few weeks,
Okay.
but now we're not getting it until the end of September.
Right.
We're going to get the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about this?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I really have thoughts on it. I kind of agree with what Christian said. If you saw his reaction, I think they're just making way for She-Hulk. I think that's what it's more about. So as much as yeah, it sucks it's being pushed. I don't want it to be pushed, obviously, but I think it makes sense.
And from what I hear,
Sure.
every 3 stories, every 3 episodes of this,
Yeah.
they're going to be like another story. So it
Okay.
makes sense why it's divided into 3.
Oh, okay. I like that. I
So
don't have a
like,
problem with that. Yeah, I like that.
that
How many episodes
uh,
is it again? Do we know?
it's 12 episodes.
12 episodes. So it's
So
four stories.
it's having 4 stories and 4 directors in this first
Ah,
season. So
okay.
each story has its own director. So getting the first three makes sense all at one time.
So it's going to be more of an anthology, sort of.
Yeah, I think so. I could be
Okay.
wrong, but I think so.
No, I actually I don't have a problem with that. I kind of like
Yeah,
that
me
idea.
too.
Yeah.
I think having it like that might be the smartest thing for the show right now.
The only thing though I feel like is, except for Obi-Wan, that's the only one that they came out and said was a limited series. Am I correct? Or well, no, I guess Ahsoka too, right?
Yeah. But their annual already got renewed for a second season.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is if they're going to be doing years within like 3 episodes, let's say, or a couple years
No,
within
no,
3
no, no,
episodes.
no, no. The first season is only 1 year. The first season is only 1 year.
Okay.
The
But then the
second,
second season is like 5 years, right? Or 6
4
years.
years.
4
4
years.
years.
See, and again, that's a thing I don't why wouldn't you tell the stories in a yearly thing and get 5 seasons out of this thing? Like I just don't understand
Because,
why they're so scared to do long season shows.
because, it, trust me, 12 episodes is a good amount for a season.
Right,
And you
but what
have
I'm
to,
saying, go ahead.
and you have to remember this. You have to remember this.
Okay,
This is not a cheap show to make.
fair.
Uh,
Yeah, but neither was Game
and
of Thrones. Game of Thrones was super expensive to make, from what I've heard.
no,
So
and you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I think putting a time limit on 2 seasons, I think that's a good thing for a show like this. Because that way the showrunners are in control of
sure,
how fast they want to do it, and they have the power. The
yeah.
show creators have all the power right now, and I think that is a good move. I really do.
I don't. The
And
only thing that's scary. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I don't know if this will make a difference, but
Sure.
they probably, and I'm just pulling this out of my ass,
It's okay.
but
Hey, we all are.
like in the Stranger Things,
Sure.
it's supposed to be it's supposed to take place in a certain amount of time, right?
Yeah.
Those kids got old fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
I I don't know what relevance that has to adults, but
Sure.
maybe there's some of that in I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
No.
and maybe and they might be and the answer might be as basic as they don't have enough story to go 5 years. And they might only have
Yeah.
enough story to last 2 years. 2 years in real time.
Yeah. No, and I think it's, for me, it's just going to come down to, is it is the story told well? Because if we get to the end of the second season and I'm like, there's a lot more I could have got out of that show, then I'm going to be upset that it was only 2 seasons. I'm not. I'm going to be honestly upset that it was only 2 seasons and we didn't get more, because I think shows like Christian says, I hate to keep saying it, but he's right to an extent. Is you get to breathe more, you get to develop the characters, you get to have more with the characters. Now you're right. Some stories don't need 6, 7 seasons, 5 seasons, 4 seasons. I agree with that completely. But even look at like Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai is killing it, man. And it's not like the best written show. It's not even probably the best acted show. But it hits what it needs to hit, and it gives you enough story in each season that it keeps you wanting more. where I think they could do. Star Wars is so easy to do that with if you just did it, if they just took a chance.
I know, but I guess the real answer is we won't know until the second season is
Oh,
done.
that's true. That's true.
And
Oh, I
we
still
could,
am hopeful that this is the best Star Wars we get. Like I'm
you
still
know,
hopeful for that, and I know that's crazy, but I'm still hopeful.
you know what? I'm sorry. I'm going to bring this up real quick, and there's nothing to you.
No, that's fine.
I'm tired of hearing this might be the best Star Wars
Yeah,
we will ever get.
yeah.
We're going to get.
No,
Because
no, no. I get it.
in my opinion,
Uh huh.
and again, this has nothing to do with you.
No, no, I got you.
In my opinion, when you say this might be the best Star Wars will get, that puts so much pressure on the show of having
Yeah,
to be perfect all the time.
sure.
Look what happened with Obi-Wan. Going into that, everyone says, "Oh, can't wait for Obi-Wan. This could be the best Star Wars ever." And look what happened. We enjoyed it, but
Yeah,
it's pretty divisive, man. Pretty
yeah. It is.
divisive.
No, I completely actually I agree with your sentiment on what you're saying there. As far as it's getting a little ridiculous because, like you said, we're building something up, and then if it doesn't hit that exact mark, then somehow it's a failure. Where, like you said, Obi-Wan, I don't think was a failure either. I don't think it was perfect, but I don't think it was a failure by any stretch.
Exactly. But
Um,
people are upset by it.
sure,
Because
absolutely.
the
I
biggest
I
compl-
think you and me
the,
agree on that. That is definitely, if not the best, it's definitely number two to only Mandalorian
oh
as far as
yeah,
new Disney stuff that we've got.
personally I put it number one, but
Sure, sure. I'm
the
just saying
number
we both agree that it's one or two. It's not like it's
right,
there's no question about where it sits right now.
right.
Yeah,
The number one complaint I hear about Obi-Wan, and I'm
sure.
wondering if you hear this too.
Okay.
I didn't like this because they didn't do this. I
Yeah,
didn't like this because this didn't happen.
sure.
I didn't like this because I wanted this to happen. Let me ask you, how many times have you heard that since Obi-Wan came out?
Oh, I've said it myself a few times for sure. But again, I none of that ruined the show for me to the point where I thought the show was bad. It just didn't
Right.
happen the way I expected it to happen.
And
But
and I
I
feel
can be a
like
little more because we talk about it and we watch people that talk about this all the time so much. I've learned to be a little, actually, a lot more, not even forgiving, just able to say, okay, well, that's not how I wanted it, but you know what? I still got what I needed out of this show, so it's fine for me. So I've kind of
exactly
learned to be that way, where I don't think a lot of fans can be that way. I think a lot of
no.
fans are still that, it has to be what I want or it's not perfect. And that's not
When
that's not fair either.
whenever I go into a show,
Sure.
whenever I start a episode of a show, like Obi-Wan, do I have a do I have stuff I want to see? Yes.
Right.
But every time I to get ready to watch it, I leave my list in the back of my mind. I said, okay, Lucasfilm, uh, I'm turning this on. Just give me an hour of fun entertainment.
Show me what you got. Right.
And you know what? That works. I'm able to do that, and I'm able to sit back and relax.
Yeah, and I think I've become more that way. Where, yes, there's there are certain things I may want to see in that episode that I'm about to watch, but once I turn it on, I do try to be just okay. Show me what you got. I'm going to judge it from based on what you show me.
Exactly. And
So yeah, I think that's a fair way to do it. I mean, look, we're fans. We're always going to have our "this is what I want" thing, and
right,
we're not wrong for that. That's not a bad thing to do. But like you said, when it dictates how you feel about something, that's when it can become an issue. I think so.
right.
You're right.
And yeah,
It's tough, man. It's tough because we love this stuff. It's tough.
right. I'm going into Andor. I'm not expecting it to be the best Star Wars show ever.
Sure. Okay.
I'm not even expecting it to be one of my favorites.
Okay.
What I want from Andor is a good story. I want to be entertained, and I just want to have fun. That's all I want.
Yep.
Uh, uh, and I hope fans get what they want. That's all I.
And see, my really only expectations for this show, I guess, are that it is what it says it is, and that's that it's a spy thriller
Right,
type
right,
show. Other than
right.
that, I don't know the story of Andor enough to say what I want or don't want to see because, again, I just don't know enough about the character himself and what he, I know a little bit, but I don't know a lot. So, whatever they show me, I'm open to because I just want to know about this character more. So,
Right.
as long as it's in the style of like a spy thriller, political thriller kind of thing, I'm probably going to be more happy with this than not because that's kind of just what I want out of this. So,
And I'm right there with you. And
yeah. And I hope it's a good story. Again, just a good story in Star Wars form, that I can enjoy.
I think right now, ever since Disney bought Star Wars, my number one and my number two favorite things from this era,
Mm-hmm.
Obi-Wan,
Mm-hmm.
I'll say my three things.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan, Rogue One, and Mandalorian.
Yep. Same for me.
And I like Boba Fett, but it could have been better.
Absolutely. I
But
agree. I agree.
it was still good fun to watch, but it could have been better.
Could have been a lot better. I agree. Absolutely.
Uh, And I'm curious, and we talked about it before, and I'll bring it up again briefly.
Sure.
I'm very curious to see what happens with Osaka next year.
Yeah. That's
Because
my. Yeah.
that is going to be interesting. Because to the average fan, to the average show,
Yeah.
they don't know her. They don't. They do not know Osaka Tano.
Nope. You're absolutely right.
And they don't know Rebels. They don't know Rebels either.
Nope. So I said, I really believe that show, if they're going to tell the story they're saying they're going to tell, and this is a continuation of Rebels, basically, if they
And,
don't, in those first 2 or 3 episodes, explain all of Rebels, this show is going to flop so fast. Because if you don't
and,
understand that story, that storyline, and all those sort of just character quirks, the relationships those characters have with each other, you're not going to understand why she's randomly going to the middle of nowhere to find Thrawn and Ezra. That's going to make no sense to people. It really
and
is.
and maybe Filoni knows that. Maybe he's like,
I hope, and I think he does.
what?
I said I think he does, but again,
Well,
how do you tell that story in 2 or 3 episodes?
Maybe Filoni, and I don't know if I agree with this. I think you mentioned this one time. Maybe Filoni's like, you know what? Fuck the general. Fuck everyone there for the fandom rebels.
I
Maybe
hope.
that's how they're going into it. Maybe
I
this is only for the fandom rebels. I don't know if I agree with that method
sure.
because
Oh, it's super risky
because,
if they do it. It's super risky
because
if they just say we're picking up from Rebels and that's it. Like we're not telling you guys anything. Yeah, that's going to be super risky.
I Disney Plus and all these shows they're for the general audience. Is that
Yep.
true? I'm
Yep.
and they have to realize. I don't want to say 99. 90% of the audience don't watch the animated shows. I'm sorry. That's not true.
Sure. Sure.
Am I wrong? Am I
I don't
wrong
think you're
about?
wrong. I think there's a small population just of people that grew up with Clone Wars and grew up with Rebels that maybe watched them. But overall, yeah, you're absolutely right. A very high percentage of people did not watch those shows and have no idea about those shows. You're right, absolutely.
And I'm very curious to see what Filoni, if Filoni knows that and what he does if he does know that.
Sure,
Because you like Rebels, I like Rebels.
I love Rebels.
You
Yeah,
you watch some Clone Wars. I haven't watched some Clone Wars.
yeah,
I
I love
want
Clone
to,
Wars.
I want to, but the order and all the episode list is too confusing for me. I know
I
Disney
think you would
Plus.
be okay just watching it straight through. I think you would because you know enough about Star Wars that I think you would understand it. I don't think you would have an issue with it. But I
Uh,
think if somebody just wanted to jump in, like I wouldn't suggest that for like Josh right now where
okay,
he's at.
right,
Like I
right,
wouldn't say he could watch it in order. I would say he would have to watch it in chronological order probably.
right.
But for you, I think you know enough about Star Wars. I think you would understand the plot lines and where they fit once you saw them. At least you would be like, "Oh, okay, I understand. That goes there. That goes." Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, again, but it's a lot. It's a lot to watch. It really is because there's like 20 some episodes in some of the seasons. So
Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe not. I don't know.
sure.
But my point was a vast majority don't watch Clone Wars, and they don't watch Rebels, and they don't watch the Bad Batch.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
you're
for the
100%
Bad
correct.
Batch.
Yeah,
What?
absolutely. I said you're 100% correct. Absolutely.
And if you don't watch any of those shows, you don't know who Ahsoka Tano is.
Yeah.
Except for the people who watch The Mandalorian for that one episode. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
that's the orange lady that Luke Skywalker talked to.
Yep.
Great.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, okay. And I'm curious to hear what you think.
Okay.
We know what Lucasfilm is like when
Sure.
something when something is divisive.
Mhm.
What happens if it's a big if, but if the Ahsoka Tano flops?
Oh,
What happens then? Do they panic? Do they change direction? Or do they say, we're going to mark this up?
yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Joe, how you doing, man?
What's up, Joe? Yeah, man. If Ahsoka Tano flops, I don't think we ever see anything, really anything ever again between episode 1 and 9.
And you know what? I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't know if that's a bad thing.
I don't know if it's a bad thing either now. I think their strategy was wrong going into this. I think if their idea was to bring in the High Republic, they should have did that a lot earlier. Already had a show or a movie by now, because if they would have been able to do things outside of the saga time period and things inside the saga period at the same time instead of all inside the saga period, I think it would have been a lot better. But yeah, I think what you're saying is probably correct because everything they've done is within the saga.
Right,
So everything, even Mandalorian falls within the saga. Boba Fett falls within the saga.
right.
I mean, it's not 100% directly connected, but these are all characters we know and grew up with in the saga. So I mean, well, Mandalorian not so much until we get Luke and stuff, but you know what I mean. Overall,
No,
it's
I know what you
time
mean.
period. Right. So, yeah, I think they went too heavy into the saga time period from the beginning and didn't let it breathe a little more. Like if we would have got like a High Republic show by now, like maybe 2 seasons, 3 seasons, and a movie or two by now, and then we got something like Obi-Wan or Boba Fett, I think they would have hit a little more,
Okay.
with people because
Yeah,
it was going back to the saga time period, not we've been in this time period
right.
since the beginning. You know what I mean? So again, who knows? maybe it's the complete opposite. Maybe people still hate the saga time period. Maybe people are just tired of the saga period.
You know
General.
what? I've heard that argument too. I've
Yeah.
heard we've done this before. We've been through the Skywalker saga.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yep.
Granted, excuse me. Granted, I heard more from that from hardcore Star Wars fans rather than everyday
Yeah.
users.
Yeah. I mean, look, I love everything we're getting, and I love that we're getting more details to stories we already know. I love all of that stuff. I really do as a Star Wars fan. But at the same time, I do want to see other time periods. I want to see what else has happened and what else will happen after the saga and before the saga. I do want to see those things. So,
There's
yeah,
a
we
few sort.
go ahead.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but
No, I was
there's
just going to say I want to get out of that period too, but I don't want to completely cut that period off. I just don't want
right,
it to be as big as it is. I want it to be a smaller, like once in every couple years, maybe we get something in that time period where
there,
something like that.
there's a few shows I'm very interested in.
Sure.
The Skeleton Crew, Sean
Yes.
Watt's new show.
Yep.
That's supposed to be outside the time period, right? And that outside.
Actually, that one I'm not 100% sure on. Let me see if I can look that up real quick. Hold on a second.
Okay, why don't you look that up? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And I'm
give me
also
one second.
excited for the Acolyte whenever that comes out.
Acolyte, yes, that's one that's about 100 years before. So yeah, that's going to be interesting too for sure.
Right.
Um,
But,
oh shoot, what was it? Oh, Skeleton Crew. Yeah.
right. Another show I would be interested in. I don't know how you could do this. Would you want a young Palpatine show at this point?
Um. Again, I don't know, only because of the same reason. Is it just going to be the same? People are just going to be mad about it because it's Palpatine and it's the Saga series
Right,
again. I personally, yeah, I would love to see a Palpatine show.
right.
But yeah,
But
I don't know, man.
eh, we're living in a very interesting time to be a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, I think it goes all the way back to The Force Awakens. I think,
Okay.
I think Disney made a few good movies for The Force Awakens and Rogue One, but people got divisive, people became toxic,
Yeah.
and it's never been the same since, really since Return of the Jedi, that to be honest here. Never really been the same thing since, well, no, I'll say since Revenge of the Sith. I'll say since Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think?
Um.
What's
Yeah.
your
I
take
mean,
on all that?
I think it's possible. I don't know. It's tough, man. It's tough because again, I don't know how much people want to see in that time period, so it's hard. I hope we get stuff like that, man. I do. I'm trying. Sorry, I'm also trying to read this too at the
Oh,
same
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to
No, that's okay. I should have had
ignore
them
you,
pulled
man.
up. Um, yeah, going back to what I was saying, I'm
Sure.
excited for Andor. I'm really excited for Andor. And I think
Yeah.
you are too. The trailer was phenomenal. Everything we're seeing looks great. I
Hmm.
just hope they stick the landing with this. And I hope they stick the landing with Ahsoka. And I hope everything that comes out sticks the landing. But I'm not going into anything saying this is going to be the best Star Wars content in a while.
Sure.
And
Yeah. I agree. Again,
we,
I'm hoping it is, but again, I think you're right. I mean, I think expecting it to be isn't the right way to do it.
right.
So
And
I would agree with that.
I can't remember who I heard this from. There's a great saying I heard from the internet. Expectation is a thief of joy.
That's yeah,
And yeah, well, that's true.
yeah,
It's true. I mean, we can, we can want it to be good, we can hope it's good, but what do you expect it to be the best thing since sliced bread? I think you're setting yourself up for disappointment.
sure. No, yeah, again, I don't think you're wrong, man. Such a low space. I'm trying to
Yeah,
find
you.
this though. I can't find what time period it is.
I think I heard it around the new era, around the sequel trilogy. I could be wrong.
See, that's what I thought too. Was it was
Yeah,
after the original trilogy is what I think
right.
too. Yeah,
Because I remember thinking maybe Red could show up, or kind. Yeah, because I remember asking could Kylo Ren, could Ben Solo be in it? Could Ben
sure.
Solo be one of the kids? And
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
if
I think
if
I
I
think it's
was
possible.
If I was Lucasfilm, I would make that show later in the future, after Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
But that's me. Maybe you know what? John Watts just made my all-time favorite Spider-Man movie. There's No Way Home.
Yeah. Yep.
So I trust him.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh, that
don't,
makes
I
sense.
don't, I don't trust Lucasfilm, but I trust him.
Sure. I just hope we don't get another um, creative differences excuse.
The one movie we're not talking about, and I'll bring it up real quick, is the Taika Waititi's movie.
We still don't know what it's about.
I just don't know when it's going to come out.
I don't think. I don't think right now that after Love and Thunder, man. I don't know. He might not make the movie now. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, so you already knew. Okay, let me ask you this.
Sure.
Over or under 40% to get the Taika Waititi movie?
Oh, I think we're still over 40%. Yeah.
Okay,
No.
okay.
Yeah. No. I don't. It's not that I don't want him to make the movie. I still
No,
hope
no,
he
no,
makes a
no,
movie.
but I wanted to, but I don't know if he'll do it.
Right.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Okay.
Over or under 25%,
Okay.
we get the Josh Whedon produced movie still.
Well, that's supposed to be a trilogy, right? Or something.
No, every only one movie.
Oh, who was supposed to do the trilogy?
The Ryan Johnson.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think we'll ever get that
That
deal.
that
Yeah, yeah,
I think that's 100% not happening.
yeah, yeah. Um, I'll go
Not
over.
Josh
I'll
Whedon.
go over
Not
20.
Josh. I hear Josh Whedon. I meant Kevin Feige. I meant Kevin
Oh,
Feige.
okay. I was gonna say yeah, because I don't remember hearing about it. I was like, wait a minute, what is the Josh Whedon part?
Yeah.
I was
Wow.
like, oh, maybe he is.
Wow.
Okay, okay.
Kevin
Kevin Feige.
Feige.
Yeah, I think we're still over 25% on that.
Okay.
Maybe slightly over 25%, but I think we're still over 25% on that.
Yeah. Okay, everyone. I had a brain vote. No breaking
That's
news.
okay. Because
Josh
I was
Whedon.
thinking, I was like, maybe he did. Maybe he did. It has one
Josh
coming out. I don't
Whedon
know.
not happening. No.
Hey, don't worry about it. Hey, don't worry about it.
Wow. No.
So
From what
I have a question for you because, well, you actually this is your question, for us. So what is your dream project or something you would want to see come out from Disney Plus
the
from Star
Dolphin
Wars, I
Vader,
guess,
the
from Star
Dolphin
Wars.
Vader miniseries. The Dolphin
Yeah,
Vader miniseries.
yeah.
I don't think we're going to get it, but that's my ideal project right now.
I still think we might. I still think we might. People loved him, man. As much as that show was divisive, nobody complained about Christian this time. Nobody complained
No,
about Christian this time.
You mean Hayden Christensen? You're right.
Or hey, I'm sorry, yeah, Hayden Christensen. I'm
Eh,
sorry, I'm sorry. Wow, I had a brain fart there, guys. Thank you. Excuse me.
um, you're right. But it goes back to what Kathleen Kennedy said. They're
Yeah,
not doing any more legacy characters. And
I still think that that's complete bull.
oh,
I think Feige's
I,
going to talk her out of that, or not Feige, Filoni. I think Filoni's going to be like, you can't do that. You know you can't do that, right?
I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
Yeah.
You know what I would want? Random miniseries produced by Kevin Feige as showrunner.
Oh, I would love the Vader Filoni Vader series. Yeah, absolutely.
No, Feige.
Oh, Feige. Oh, Feige. Actually, that's not bad either. That's not bad either. I'm trying to think
I
what.
don't think that will happen, but if that they haven't signed me up,
Yeah, absolutely. Oh no, I would definitely watch that. If there was one project I could see, wow. I think, man, this is so hard because there's so much I would want to see. But I think if there was one thing I could honestly, if I had to choose one, I still think I want to see full power. Even though we got it a little bit Mandalorian, I want to see a full on, full power Luke Skywalker going around the universe doing stuff right after Return of the Jedi.
okay, let me ask you this. Doing it Manos doing it Boba Book of Boba Fett Luke or doing it Sebastian Stan Luke for the lead of a miniseries.
Yeah. I think for me it would be Sebastian Stan. I still
Me
think he
too.
could play it. I still think
I
he could play
mean,
that part.
me, I
If not though, if not, there is one other idea I've always had. I still think this is a home run if they did it. But to me, it's a easily like 5 to 10 season show. Is I want to see the Game of Thrones style Mandalorian show on Mandalore. I want to see the battle of all the houses. I want to see the families fighting over the. I want to see Paz
here's the
Vizsla.
thing. Here's the thing. I think we're getting a taste of that in Mando season 3.
I know, but I want to see like an actual show, Game of Thrones style, set on Mandalore, not set in Star Wars world, set on Mandalore.
Okay, here's a question. If this upcoming season knocks it out of the park, grand slam,
Yeah.
everybody loves it.
Yep.
I know I just said not to do this, but it is the best thing we get. What other chances we get your show after that?
Well, see, my show would start at least 1,000 years before like episode
I
one. Like I want to go back to where like the dark
okay.
saber was created and all that stuff. Like I want to go back. If I
All
could go
right.
back in time, or if I could get out of the saga series, that's where I would go. Is either the formation of the Jedi and the Sith, or the separation of the Jedi and the Sith, or the Mandalorian story. Like I think both of those are super interesting stories to tell.
Another miniseries I would want, limited series. Give me 8 episodes. Young Palpatine under Plagueis
Yep,
with Tom Henderson.
yep. And I want it called Plagueis and Palps.
Yep.
It's called Plagueis and Palps. That's it. That's all it is.
Plagueis and Palps are college years.
Palps and the plague.
Right.
That's all I want. I just want it to be something funny. No, I think I've said this I think on the show before. I think Tom Hiddleston
Yeah.
could play that part easily. But there's a few others out there I think so. Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
A show even you can love, Joe.
Yep. Not sure I'm calling for you, Joe.
Oh, if Joe writes it or is directing it, I'm in, all in for sure,
I
all in.
already know. I already know the tagline. I already know the tagline, my friend.
What's that?
The the galaxy is coming.
The galaxy is coming. Absolutely, man. Yeah,
Boom.
yeah.
Boom.
It's just it's a very interesting story. If you know like the story of how like the dark saber came into like and all that, the fighting over it since then, I just think it's such a cool story if they told it. I just really think it could be a really cool story.
It could be great. It
Yeah,
could be great.
I've always wanted to see that. I thought ever since I've heard that story of the dark saber and the how the that was like the way to rule the Mandalore, and all the houses were fighting over it. It's just such a freaking it's crazy Game of Thrones style, man. That's just what it is.
Okay. Here's another show idea for you.
Okay.
I'm get. I'm guessing you know the. Yeah, I'm guessing you know those shows Saved by the Bell, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
A show like that,
Hmm.
but Yoda is the lead in high school. You
Dude,
know,
we'll never get it, but yeah, absolutely. Do a show on Coruscant in a high school. Just do it. Just do it. Have fun. Like, see, that's the thing about Star Wars that I feel like they forget so much. Even like Filoni sometimes, and Filoni doesn't, not as much. I wouldn't say, not even anywhere near. But Kathleen Kennedy forgets sometimes. I think that Star Wars is fun. Like it's supposed to be fun. Like you can take chances and just have fun with it too. It doesn't have to be super serious all the time. Like you can just have fun with it,
I,
man.
well, okay, let me hold on the phone. This Andor show, it looks incredible, but I would not call it fun.
No, 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 no. But I'm saying there are stories you can tell
No,
within the world itself that can be fun. Where I
agreed.
think sometimes they just want it to be so realistic. Where, yeah, I want it to be realistic, but at the same time, look, man, Boba Fett flies around with a jetpack and like lightsabers and the Force. Like, have some fun. Have some freaking like that scene with my perfect example of what I'm talking about is the scene with Baby Yoda and Luke when he lifts up all the frogs for him just to show him like what the Force can do. That's fun. Like that's Luke being like, "Look, I get it. We're being super serious right now. I'm trying to teach you something, but you can
And
do
you,
this."
and you know what? Maybe Yoda was thinking when Luke did that.
What Yoda was thinking?
The what baby Yoda was
Oh,
doing.
oh, oh, okay.
When Luke lifted up all the frogs, you know
Yeah, yeah.
what? Maybe Yoda was like, dinner time, I'm hungry.
I know, right? You see his face. He lights up. He's like, "Oh crap! There's a whole buffet of them." He's like, "Yeah." Like, but yeah, that's fun to me. That's fun in Star Wars. Like, you can have that kind of fun. It doesn't have to be always super serious. Like,
No,
it
I
can
agree.
just, yeah, you can just have some fun with it sometimes. So, but you can't get like, like Christian says, too jokey either. I mean, there does have to be a
Yeah,
balance. So,
a balance in the force,
right,
one would say.
exactly, yeah. But you can have fun with it. Where I think sometimes she thinks that if they don't take it seriously, we're not going to take it seriously as fans. And it's like, no, we will. We will still like we get the fun of Star Wars if you do it right. We get it. We
Uh,
you know what I mean? So
exactly.
yeah, I don't
Well,
know. I don't know. But
I
yeah, no,
mean,
Yoda, baby, or Yoda in high school, absolutely. Especially if he's like the cool kid with like the like letter jacket, and he
yeah,
like
yeah.
flips the collar up before he walks in.
I have
Absolutely.
the poster in mind. He's my locker. Then the man can hear football in his hand, chewing gum. I'm going to win the big game. I am.
I was gonna say, what if he's like the quarterback, and you just see him like flipping around, throwing the balls?
Oh,
I want to see it. I
be
want to see it.
that would be success.
I want to see it. Absolutely, I want to see it.
Well, guys, we had barely little to talk about, but we managed to talk for almost an hour.
Yeah,
So
that's a
that's
good
what
conversation, man. was a good
I
conversation.
wrap this shit up. Todd, my man, my friend,
Yes, sir.
my fellow Jedi Master, tell all the
Trying.
good people on the internet where they can find you.
Absolutely, guys. So you can find me on Twitter at Jedi Master Tuck. You can find me on this channel every Wednesday doing the Jedi Academy, every Sunday doing Geekdom Uncut, and every Monday doing the Fellowship of Geekdom, guys, which we just started Monday, and we had so much fun doing that show. Great show.
It was great. I think next one will be better because we won't have 5,000 characters to go through.
Yeah, we went through a lot of characters. It's okay, man.
Oh my
Hey,
goodness, that
dude,
was
Game
a
of Thrones
lot.
is packed full of characters, man. It's
You
packed.
know, I knew that, but I guess I forgot because
Hey,
oh my
I was
god, there
having fun.
was
I'll be honest. I didn't even
no,
realize it was that long until we kind of started talking about how long it was, and I looked up and I was like, oh man, it is going. I was like, man, we could.
no, don't get me wrong, it was a blast, man.
Yeah.
My dudes, there were a
Oh, that would
lot
have been
of
a 2.5
characters.
hour episode, man, easily. Yeah, it
Anyway,
was
guys,
crazy.
you guys can find me on Twitter, Ben_Radio, every Monday on Fellowship of the Kingdom, every Wednesday right here on Jedi Academy, every Friday on Weekly Kingdom, every Sunday on Kingdom Uncut. You guys can also find me on the Northern Entertainment Group every Tuesday on Rewind the Tape and every Saturday morning on the Northern Countdown. Oh, guys, before we sign off, please do us a favor. Please like and subscribe to this channel. We're trying to raise this channel. Just hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe. You won't be sorry. We'll see you next week. And guys, may the force be with you.